was just checking on like Ryan Hall y'all's stream, and it like showed it was about to make landfall, so I just decided to hop on now. But as you see, look at this. It's right down here, and this is the big old eye. This is a big hurricane eye going directly towards, and if we had like radar, you can see the spin. It's spinning like crazy. But as you see, we have this additional tornado watch for the southern places in Texas, and then you got an enhanced risk. And that enhanced risk is followed by a 10% tornado risk, 5% wind risk, 5% hail risk. So yeah. And we also got a marginal risk, which I could see like updating to a possible slight risk tomorrow. And same with, well, the Pittsburgh one is not even associated with this storm. Well, technically it is. I could see this one updating into a, like, you know, I see that one updated into like a stronger strength. But everything's possible with that one. I don't understand what Boston's doing over here, though, but they got a little hail risk. But today's mainly the day we're focusing on. So yeah, today's going to be the only day that I'm going to be live. And then tomorrow, I'm not. The next day, I'm not. Even though it's going to be coming right by my neck of the woods, I'm not really going to care for now. Because if it's a tropical storm and it goes up into my neck of the woods, that would be insane. Because I'm up here. I don't got no coast nearby me. And if it came up as a hurricane, yeah. But currently, let's look at the projected path right now. As you see, it looks like it's gonna be on the coast here in just a minute. I know Mr. Vince Waltz is currently eyeing the hurricane. I believe that's the light.
Now, dude, when
It looks kind of peaceful where he's at right now. Unlike Brad.
You want to do something stupid? Let's go up on the bridge.
The red flashing lights need the power even out in that general area. So I believe those are traffic lights, so you have big credits to all the storm chasers though chasing this. So let me go by them real quick. So we got Brad Arnold. We got
90 gusts here like
Connor Goff. We got Jay Jack. Somewhere. We got Vince Waltz. And we got one of my all-time favorites,
car washing right now.
Let's let some strong winds with these storms. Oh yeah, we got this guy too, who I don't know what is doing. And of course, when morning time ends up starting, I will click on like the Galveston camera. But for now, if you look at the Galveston camera right now, it really doesn't show much. But I know there has to be flooding over in the Galveston area right now for the storm surge. But this storm's not done. It's going to approach up into this area in Texas. And it's going to go all the way up and then die out as a tropical depression over by me. So I'm going to probably see like a whole bunch of winds and stuff. But let's get down to business. Let's talk about this hurricane. So, man, I might have to switch to the new radar. It's one ain't updating soon. But I expect, and I'm saying really expect the power to continue to go out in, if you're in Texas, completely watch for the power to go out. It's technically on land by now. As you see this little area in Texas that's probably like cruise ports and ship ports is under the gun for some strong storm surge. But as you see, this still looks like it's having a big line. So this whole entire area is filled in. But as you see, it's only 80 mile per hour wind speeds. And then when it goes up here, it's going to be 75 mile per hour wind speeds, which it's saying it's going to stay a hurricane for like a longer period of time up through the Houston area, Huntsville, and it's gonna make its way to tropical storm. And I believe this is going to actually be to like Hope, Arkansas. I don't think it's gonna turn to a random tropical depression down by Marshall or Vivian. I think it's gonna turn near Hope to like Benton, nearby Little Rock. And it's just gonna continue up to me, which of course the up here models can all change, but I know we definitely got everything up to about here already known. But as you see, we are just looking at this crazy looking eye though. With the way the eye is actually looking like possible very strong movement winds. Speaking of which, let's look at this thing. See how much stuff's not supposed to be in the air. I see over here, this is a whole bunch of stuff that got picked up. But look at the eye. It's looking velocity now. That's our velocity map. And this is the first hurricane that ever slammed USA this year, which is kind of crazy because usually you see the hurricane. Yeah, if you're in like Corpus Christi, don't expect not to get anything. You're under that tropical storm warning for a reason. And that's mainly for this little piece. And it's gonna do, this tiny little piece is mainly gonna do a little pit maneuver through this, just to continue its little cycle. So just be aware that like it's going to try to do that. It's technically made it on land already. I think they can name this a official landfall because it's technically, the eye is about to touch a city. I'm gonna just say 10 top. It's about to, and then when it's actually about to touch Bay City actually. Just need to go like a few more, and this shows at like 8 a.m. it's gonna be here, but this eye of the hurricane is moving faster than I thought. Because I thought it was actually supposed to go at 8 a.m., but no, it's moving on land faster. Like it's having a faster land movement. So I think they need to update this because I don't think beryl is gonna go. I already know this is the models. Because wait, let's go over on another weather app of mine real quick. No, not my radar. The hurricane weather app. As you see, this is the track. I think we technically got all the models locked in, besides like maybe a couple that could possibly go elsewhere, but as you see, there actually was a tornado over here, actually in a very big city. And this ain't even over near like anywhere where the hurricane would be right now. But so today is Monday, and tomorrow's Tuesday. I don't think we're gonna see much of the severe weather on Tuesday though. Here, it's gonna be like Wednesday. As you see, look, when it reaches up here, the eye, it's gonna be 8 p.m. What day is it? It's the 8th. Yeah, it's gonna be Wednesday. So down here is gonna be 8 a.m. Wednesday. So that's how big you see the spin's gonna be though. Because if it shows like, but don't like expect anything big. Like I know they're updating the path each day. As you see, like now the path includes like Peebles and includes over here Waverly. And like you used to not include any of those places, but as it gets closer down here, the more this gets expanded. Also, the other reason I'm not doing the live stream tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, but the next day when it reaches my area, is the capability that this can actually produce tornadoes. I'm not, like, going to, like, turn off my live stream. I'm, like, to run into the basement and then restart my live stream. That would just be horrible to do each time. People who's like in Wadsworth and Reimers and I would say Bay City too, you're about to experience some very powerful. You actually no. I don't think the eye. Well, yeah, it does. You're about to experience some powerful winds in Bay City here in the next few, probably like, I would say by 4:30, you'll see some strong winds over in Bayside City. Yeah, this technically made landfall. It's already hit over here in a little town. As you see, look at this. It's actually, yeah, it is moving pretty slowly. So actually, I would say about maybe 5 o'clock, you could see some strong winds over in Bay City. Not even 5, well, maybe even 5:30 because of the storm movement. But I could be wrong. It could be earlier or it could be later. Who knows? But I know it's got to be right here, just outside of Bay City, by 8 a.m. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. But I know the Houston airport might actually be closed right now due to the hurricane being this strong. The hurricane's just now approached the Houston area too. I'm actually using one of the good cameras that can actually show me more of the eye. Trying to decide what camera's good right now. Well, none of these cameras are good, but I guess I'll like use closer camera. But as you see, it's getting pretty close to Wadsworth and Reimers, but it's not quite there yet. I think, like, here's the areas I believe it's going to be impacted. So, of course, we've already seen this area being completely impacted by the eye. Thinking by maybe 5:30, 5 o'clock could be when this typical area is impacted. I mean, 4:30, 5 o'clock. And then 5:30, 6 o'clock is when this area that I'm circling right now could be impacted by the eye. And then, well, I mean, this general area could be impacted by the eye. Then I think by 7 to 8 o'clock is when this typical area could be impacted. And then it just goes on. I can't really say anything about the next path because I don't know when this is turning into a tropical storm or what's happening with this. But luckily we haven't been seeing much tornadoes, which is lucky because, as you know, we ain't seeing no tornadoes because of the fact that there's been like not much, there's been like not much, not enough, like, it's been like dark out. I think as the day starts to go on and the hurricane starts to, the outer bands of the hurricane over here starts to get on land, like hit over in Bay City, that's when we can start seeing like some tornadoes again. And then of course, there's always that possibility of tornadoes around the line, all around this line, and even a little bit outside the line. There's a big possibility of some tornadoes. What's happening up here in Green Bay, though? Oh, a little tiny storm that... Bro. Bro, this storm don't even got a little... Well, technically back here. But we don't need this big of a warning for this one tiny little storm. Like, it could have easily been... Look, it's not even... The storm's not even in that box fully. You could at least make it like this, you see? Now let me restart that. You can at least make it like this type of box. What includes technically the whole entire storm. You see? I don't think any of this general area is gonna be seeing any of that storm. Unless it's doing this. And it's doing this. And it's doing this. Like, I don't understand why they do that. Let's go. As you see, there's already a bunch of power outages over in El Campo and Bay City. Has Bay City got a power outage? Yeah, Bay City got a power outage. Over here, expected to go up for like maybe. I know the biggest power outage area would be the Houston County. They'll be having a lot of power outages. And if your power does not go out, just count yourself lucky. And if you like get a whole bunch of wind and rain, but there's no flooding, just count yourself lucky, because I know anywhere in this general vicinity, from like over here near Corpus Christi all the way up to about Galveston, we'll be seeing some heavy storm surge. Let's check on our eye again, as it is actually just going over Golf Hill now. And I know Pauca, I can't say that. It's going over that city now, and it's actually approaching Bay City. Actually going up to Bay City with like very fast. Events is frozen. But Corey frozen. This is actually going straight up. Out back. It'll load back in real quick. There we go. She's actually gonna run through a couple of cameras, too. Man, it's actually moving pretty fast. Speaking of which, what are these? New Mexico's been experiencing a whole bunch of severe weather lately. Let's look at them real quick. Yeah, they got. I think New Mexico annoyed someone to the point that they're getting constant severe weather. Yeah, this will be going on to about like 5:30 until it gets nearby its destination. I think it's actually going to approach its destination faster than we all think, though, because look at this. It's Bay City. I know you've seen the same exact rain droplets for the past like day, because it's just going in a circle. That's probably going to be happening for a long more time. I don't know what these storm chasers are doing, though. They're going this way. They're going away from the eye of the storm. We got Mr. Connor going in the storm. So, yeah. We've got... It's really going up. I just can't wait to see what it does over to my area. It's going to just be like a normal, typical tropical depression, tropical rainstorm, or if it's going to bring some heavy rain and a few tornadoes. If I do see a tornado during that day, though, I will take a picture of it and then I'll run away. So, okay, yeah. Which, I don't think there's really that big of a possibility of seeing a tornado in Ohio. But we can only see on Wednesday, which I don't understand why they don't like. Because the storm is not going to be up here during Wednesday. The storm is going to be like right here during Wednesday. Which I'm trying to think if they what they're doing. But they'll figure it out later. But I know this is probably going to be something else. You know, probably going to update to a tropical storm. What am I saying? I'm tired. It's probably going to update to a slight risk, and yeah. I don't know if I can keep this going, though. Because I've only got like 2 hours of sleep. My mouth is dry. But as you see, Bay City is going into the eye. Now we got Wadsworth going into the outer part of the rotating eye of the rotating storm, and it's making it into the eye now. I don't understand what the eye is trying to do now. Is it trying to close up? Because look at this general area of like stuff that's not supposed to be in the eye. I think the eye might be picking something up now. Go over into this. Like I said, this is mainly just stuff in the air. Clouds and stuff. Clouds and trees and stuff. I just see with this thing over here that this over near by the eye, these are like stuff it's trying to pick up, I believe. Luckily the tornado threat over right now has been super low though, which is a very good thing. But I don't know. Like it's the storm's looking strong but weak to me. But it's going to be even weaker past this point. Like when it reaches over into Ohio, even over here in Little Rock, it could be weak. But it's still going to have 45-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So it's going to be kind of strong, but yeah, we've been streaming for like 30 minutes now. This storm is going pretty fast, though. I don't think it's going to be, because what they're mainly tracking right here is the eye of the storm. And I don't think it's going to mainly make its way all the way up into this general vicinity by 8 a.m. I think it's going to be earlier. I think it's going to be early when the eye hits that area, and then I know the big old city of that is making its way. I know who's in the jeez, that house is being destroyed. Hopefully no one's in that house, but I say where Corey and them go, because they're nearby Bay City, nearby the well, this city got sucked back in from the eye. And this eye looks like it's starting to actually kind of weaken out, though, as it approaches land. It's not all big bad anymore as it was. It used to be like this big of a circle. But now it's like this big of a circle of an eye. Actually starting to turn into a real eye, but I don't really want to say anything to make this mad because it might end up doing a recirculation, going to the Gulf many times, and going up and crashing into me with full-on speed. So I don't want to do that. But it is approaching base side real quick. Base City. I don't know why I'm saying Bayside. Jeez, I'm tired. Alright, I'm gonna go get some water real quick, and then I'll be back. I'll let you guys see this hurricane for now as it approaches Bay City. Oh. Geez, speaking of which, it looks mighty foggy outside. Yeah, I suggest. It is mighty foggy outside. morning water, which really ain't. Well, my water just completely fell down. Also, I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick and let me check out this real quick. It's actually almost a Bay City if you just walk like a mile out of Bay City. If you walk down to like Reimers, you'll be technically in the eye of the storm. But I will be back and see if anything changes in a minute. Okay, guys, I am back. Let me just get on my. Oh, there's a tornado warning. See where this is at? Texas. Okay, tornado warning for Pleak, Needville, Texas. Just to go through the rest of the cities. Ecola, Thompson, Fairchild, Long Point. Could have sworn I just talked about Guy here. No. Yeah, I did. I just talked about this area. That was a tornado. So we got a tornado warning for this now. Gotta keep an eye on tornado warnings. I think this is the tornado. The baked bean. Okay, let's continue looking at the eye then, and then we'll also start to focus on that one tornado warning until it dies out. Bay City is getting really close to the eye, though. I need a drink of water. Got me one of those annoying Gatorade bottles. But you see this tornado warning up here, which is crossing over into, I think tornado warning is a hurricane, though. I think those just go. So that one's probably been on there for a while. But if it would have not, it would have went like nearby Galveston. Okay, we're starting to see like special marine warning, so I think the tornado part of this is starting to actually kick in now. Like it's starting to like hop on the trend. This one right here turned into tornado warning. It's going right for Galveston though. But that's exactly why they got the tornado watch for. So the eye of the hurricane seems to be doing pretty well. Is it now just updated? See if there's any new development. Still no new development. Well, velocity hasn't updated yet though. We need velocity to update. There's velocity. Velocity just updated now. As you see, it really doesn't look like much because it's in a moving storm. That's why it doesn't look that much, because it's in an actual moving storm. If you look at here, there really ain't much looking either. Like I said, because it's in a moving storm. Now, this could be something. A little disturbance going toward Galveston, but I don't know. So yeah, I'm just gonna let you know, Fairchild, Childs, and Lawn Point. You're seeing this tornado warning, and then you're gonna see a hurricane. Right? Actually, just told me to stop my whole entire live stream. Must have clicked some or something. I don't know. You see Bay City though. I think it's actually starting to approach Bay City though, with very strong winds and heavy rains and all that type of stuff. Man, my phone's really not doing that well right now. It's like really not wanting to track this hurricane. Really a hurricane, like I'm really a weather type guy and all. And I like hurricanes, I like tornadoes and all that stuff, but like this hurricane is I don't want hurricanes impacting the USA though. Actually, I don't want hurricanes impacting anywhere. Well, besides like, you know where, those places that are mean to the United States of America. Just throw them into a hurricane, but don't get hurricanes over there. Well, besides the southern ones, both of them technically get some hurricanes, but the northern one really doesn't. Jesus, ow. I dropped a glass bottle on my foot like yesterday when I was throwing trash away. It hurt. It didn't like smash though, it just hurt. Actually, there is a hurricane warning for mainly just the coast. Might be like a little bit like El Campo. But as you see, it's today it actually looks like it's trying to make its way all the way up to Jonesboro, maybe. It's the 8th, but by 8 p.m. it's going to make it up to Jonesboro, and then, well, that's expected time. It might, like, make it earlier, might make it later. I don't understand. Like, why ain't this including the main typical area of the where it's going to actually be? Which is technically this general area up here is where it's the tropical depression is going to be. I don't understand why it's not there. But I think once the eye makes it over, like, Bay City, which it should shortly. Any new tornado warnings real quick? Nope, just that one still. Let's go ahead and check on it. We haven't checked on it in a few. See, it's not really showing any signs of, like, oh wow, this really gotta be like a major looking thing. Rotation. That's because it's in the middle of a tropical storm. Well, it's in the middle of a hurricane. We can't. That's what sucks though. Like I can't see like I usually can, like when it's like not really moving in a weird looking direction. I can't really see the tornado. So the tornado can be anywhere, but I'm just going to assume this right here is the tornado, or this back here is the tornado, but then these are all 1,000 tornadoes, so like always used to the green and red radar being like that, bitch. Like, we don't got the green and red radar right now. We got this radar. This is our radar right now. We got that radar. Did you see this radar right here, right now? This velocity radar really ain't helpful if you know how to read radar. Don't know how to read radar that well, but I'm just going to assume what I've seen is tornado. But I'm just going to say, like, wow, it's actually getting really close to the Bay City, but I don't know, the eye looks much weaker than it did, like, at about 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock is the only reason I really started the live is because at 4 o'clock when I woke up, I checked Ryan Hollowell's live, and the eye of the storm just looked crazy. And now it's not looking that good. It looks like it's actually filling in too, so I don't know if it's kind of dying out because as you see, this little section right here used to not be here. This little section right here used to not be here. This little section used to not be here. Used to be a big old eye, but now it's actually an organized eye too. It looks like it's not really organized that much anymore. The whole entire storm itself, though, is actually pretty organized. You see, like, the back end of the storm. It's just this part hasn't shown on radar, but there is some storm activity out here too. It's actually, we can look at in the Corpus Christi. Well, maybe there ain't. Maybe there ain't no storm activity out there. I guess there ain't no storm activity, so yeah, there is no storm activity, so I guess. But mainly the places that we're going to see tornadoes today is Bosser City, Center, Texas, Vivian, Louisiana, Bosser City, Louisiana, those areas, yeah. And then we got, like, Arkansas also in this, so we'll see, like, Mongolia, Arkansas getting, like, possibly a little spin of tornado. I'm not ending my screen recording. It keeps on asking me that. Am I pressing a button or something? I don't know. But as you see, the eye... Actually, I'm going to say this right now. The eye has technically approached land, like, a while ago. Like, technically, this is land right here. That is considered land. So, technically, this should be considered land too, but this is, like, something technically built on the water. But we are going to start seeing heavy, and I mean heavy winds in Bay City. I know your guys' airport down here. What even is this? It's a service airport. That airport has already started feeling some heavy winds as the eye of the hurricane is approaching Bay City. And let's actually look at...
Kidding me? Okay, he's moving. Dude, I thought that guy was going to smoke that sign.
We have some power lines down right there. Some power lines down on the road. Let's look at Corey's camera. Just back near the Walmart Supercenter. This is the Walmart Supercenter. She's gonna wait in the Walmart Supercenter, but over by, like, down by the Grand Buffet, there's apparently a power line down. Flowing into cars went over that, but I don't think most people from Bay City has evacuated already, I believe. What about over in Connor?
Should be almost in the eye.
Several tornadoes. Some I just freed. Supercells. Easternmost rain band of Beryl.
What about Aaron?
I Kestrel down the 986.
Aaron's still checking out that
millibars.
metal place. How's that going for you, Aaron? Checking out that one metal place. What about Brad Arnold, one of the most known storm chasers? Okay, so eye of the hurricane has technically made it over into Bay City now, and it's showing some stuff like this. This is all like not organized well. You see this tornado warning? I don't think none of these tornado warnings that we're going to see right now is going to be observed, because there should not be anybody in, there should not be anybody, in Bay City. There should not be anybody over in this general area right now, besides the storm chasers, the weather people, and people who's like a meteorologist and got those degrees and storm chasers. Those people should be down there, not like regular, ordinary people. But once it starts to get daylight in Texas, I'll end up making a video about reviewing I'll just look at this camera by myself. You guys can also look at that camera, or just check the Houston camera or any of those cameras. But I would say Bay City is actually officially in the eye of the storm. It's still sitting there. It's down power line.
Wonder if they'd let me just take a drink out of the cooler.
And same. What did he tell you?
They talk on her phone.
You can't be next to Vance right now. Well, you can be next to him, but don't rear end him again. And you see, look at this camera right now that Corey has. It shows that really nothing's happening besides Corey's camera's crooked, showing something. So you should just see that gas station without power, that type of stuff. How's the tornado warning doing over in Texas up here? This isn't, okay, this ain't no new tornado warning. This is the same old tornado warning. Looks like it's doing pretty well for itself, though. This is starting to deorganize itself a whole bunch, though. Like, look at this ugly-looking eye now. It used to be, very looking. This eye used to be very strong, though. I don't know what happened. Like, it just destabilized itself. New tornado warning. New tornado warning. Wait. Hold on. Huh? It's just me, or did another, thing just developed, or what happened? Please tell me what happened. Is the storm moving? Has the storm been moving in a whole different direction? Has it been moving this way instead of this way? Because there wouldn't be a tornado warning right here unless let's just go over the cities in this tornado warning and check it out. Okay, so we got Arcola. We got technically just Arcora. Mediterranean, I don't know any of these cities. Sorry if I'm getting your city name wrong, though. Julef. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We still got this tornado warning with Fairchilds in it, which is probably gonna, yeah, it's gonna expire here in just a minute. But as you see, look at this one though. Let's look at velocity, which once again, velocity is showing nothing but a big blob of stuff. It's gonna be very difficult to track these storms. Maybe by the time it gets to Ohio, though, we'll be able to see like the storms, like, I won't say intensify. The storms will at least be like, we'll be able to see the storms better and get like a good knowledge of it. As you see, look at this now. It has updated and it's officially, according to this, it's officially made it on land. That part, this has officially made it on land. So now, Hurricane Beryl is barreling towards Bay City and West Columbia. It's barreling towards them. And this eye is so big, it's not even like, if the eye was up here, and like, which is not really possible, but if the eye was up here in Ohio, where I am, which it's really not going to be, tropical depression, I don't think, it might have an eye, I don't know, but that eye is so big, would mainly take up, like, this little area in Ohio. It could take up many counties, but that old eye, man, it would take up, like, let me redraw that. It would take up, like, this amount of space. Hold on, let me... take up this amount of space. That's how big the eye was earlier. It was a major eye. How's these storms up here doing? Bro. Has it touched this general area yet? I don't think it did. It's touched this area up here. But it hasn't touched that general area? I don't know. Okay. So you see, if we're looking now, looks like Houston might have actually had a power outage now. Same with over here in... Dang, look at this. I don't know, but there is probably going to be some flooding down there. And possibly even major flooding. And storm surge. So, Bay City, like I said, 5 o'clock, it would be like over in your general area, which it's mainly 5 o'clock. I said 4:30, 5 o'clock is when it could be in Bay City. Actually, no, didn't I say that for like down here? Yeah, and it came around 4:30, like 4:45. Now it's 5 o'clock. Plane's gone over me. But now it's 5 o'clock and Bay City is about to be sucked into the action. Was sucked into the action for a minute. What about Vet? I swear, is he still standing by the power line?
I gotta go to the hotel and dry off. So.
I think you got the power line moved. How do you get the power line moved? That's just the opposite way. Something happened.
Which will likely have transport damage that will severely reduce visibility. Runners remain in port. All the
That was fun.
ports into residential ports.
I enjoyed that thoroughly. See, we do dumb shit on this channel.
Power outage. Power outage. I think we could actually see maybe up to get into Red or Omega again. I think by the time this actually, like, ends up completely going, like, away, and we end up seeing, like, it to the point where, you know, we end up seeing it to the point where the storm is gone and we start to do damage reports. That's when we'll know that it's more than likely a multi-million-dollar storm. There's been 2 flash flood warnings, but one we're really focusing on is Texas. Texas is our main focus. But as you've seen by that little maneuver the storm did, these hurricane tornadoes are weak, but they're powerful. They're powerful enough to, like, make a, like, big old twist. There's been really nothing I can do right now, since, like, hurricane hasn't really, the eye of the hurricane hasn't really made it anywhere for a while. So let's currently actually go check up on my area, see what the weather shows for my area. Over in the Dayton International Airport, there's nothing. Looks like over in Hillsborough there might be a little bit of a sprinkle. I'm at campground down here. Looks like it's just mainly cloud cover at my campground. Yeah. Expect multiple power outages throughout this general area. Like, if you're in the little area, expect some power outages. Wait, this is just the path for the, like, eye or the full hurricane, because, oh my God, there's no way this full hurricane can just fit in this general area. But as you see Bay City, looks like Bay City's on the outer edge of this. So if you're, like, just Bay City residents, if you just, I don't do this, but if you just go down the road nearby your little airport down here, the service airport, you can get heavy winds. Like, I believe even on the service airport, you could probably see some heavy winds. But the hurricane is, well, what is it? I must be just doing something, I don't know. But I had to put my chair up a little bit more because, yes. Like it says, 8 a.m. though is when it's gonna end up popping up and trying to do something. But also, like in the live stream, what is this thing doing? Speaking of which, this update or something? As if it did. No, it didn't. It didn't update. If it does end up extending out, that will cause some damage over to Wapakoneta, which had recently damaged already. So, this has already been a tropical, well, it's already been a Category 1 hurricane. And this is only the start of the season, though, which But it's kind of scary because if we already see this much tornado if we already see this much like winds with this, and it's already a wait, did they cancel the stuff for Corpus Christi? I think they did. Yeah, because it just went down a whole bunch for the tropics. Yeah, they canceled the tropical storm warning for Corpus Christi and that general area. They canceled that because they knew it's not really going to make it down there because, yeah, it's mainly going to stay in, like, Bay City. I think they might have canceled. They need to cancel this right here in Port Arthur. Even though you guys had your little tornado over here in Beaumont, there's no exception to have the hurricane warning over here, though. Because if I look over here, you guys ain't even getting no real storm until this little tiny part slams into you. Then you'll be getting a storm. But no roast on a whole entire county, though. Jeez, Bay City's slowly but surely getting into the eye. But the only problem with the eye is it's closing up. Which, if the eye ends up closing up, the eye of the storm. Actually, I think it might be like, yeah, you see, the spin just happened. What about Corey and them? They're over at Hampton. Probably really going to sleep into a hotel tonight. Or I'll plug my charger back in. But see how heavy those winds are. Blue bits. No.
Creeks and streams may rise out of their banks. Flooding may occur in forests and urban areas. Additional details. Heavy rain associated with tropical storm Beryl is expected to pose a flash flooding transport.
They are actually in a pretty good area, though. They're like right near where the eye is typically going. They're actually going to be in the eye here in a minute once the storm ends up moving just a little bit more. But the only thing is it's 5:09 in USA. Well, in Eastern Standard Time. And wouldn't that mean like 7 a.m. in Texas? We could make landfall. But I think that's like generally our time zone, though. As you see, this tornado warning has actually been going on for a while. But let's actually check on this tornado warning, see how it's doing. It's once again, I can't see nothing on this tornado warning, which if it's still spinning like this when it gets up to my area, and which I don't think it will, I think it's going to destabilize a lot by the time it gets to my area, but if it is still spinning like this, I won't really be able to track no tornadoes. Yeah, it's going to be crazy here. Also, I'm going to go to the store today because I'm going to my dad's today. So I'm going to be going to the store to see, like, and I wonder if they got anything left in the store. They should, though. See, Little Rock's going to get some hectic storm. But, check it back on Corey and Vince's camera.
This is expected to continue today as it crosses southeast Texas. Though the storm will expand to a tropical storm as it moves farther inland, it will continue to bring gusty winds periods of heavy rain and potential for
I think that's an indication that they're actually in the eye of the hurricane. See a wind that has it in front of But I can just say this is actually some strong spin. I've never seen this strong of a spin before. Well, of course I've seen it on like Hurricane Ian. Hurricane Ian had a pretty strong spin too. But what people's been saying, well, technically only one person has said it. Maybe a couple even. What is this? They finally found a real path of this hurricane. It looks ugly. Jeez. And you see the... I think they updated the hurricane again. Looks like it's... Dang, they really upped it. They updated the hurricane too late now because it's already on land. Why would you update it right now? Like now all the storm chasers are late. As you see, the new hurricane looking models are still showing it like. Should update in a minute. Though, let me go into my hurricane. Hold on, let me check. See, it really doesn't include much of my county. Well, technically does. Come on. I thought it was a glitch or something. No, this is a glitch that's happening right now. But they're now just updating it. That's good to know. Now, I don't know what type of models they're going with, but now they're showing around. Now they're showing that one model again that I don't like. Because like really doesn't include much of anything, like much of my county. Well, it does include a bunch of my county, but like it doesn't really include a lot. So it is going to go up through Toledo though. Got a camera over in Toledo. I can go check that when it reaches that. I'm trying to make some strategies here because now it's just like switched up all on me. Same with the hurricane part down here. It's like they've switched it up to the point where now it doesn't even show that. Now it shows like by 2 p.m. it's going to actually die out, turn into a tropical storm. And then it also doesn't. It shows like it's not going to turn into a tropical depression until it reaches up here in like Little Rock. Man, I don't understand this though. So they're going. This could always this can always update though. Like this can always turn into a whole nother updated part of the storm. Be like pretty crazy to see this update though. I'm mainly just going with. I know what they're mainly going with. They're going with this little Pittsburgh scheme thing, where it shows that Pittsburgh and those areas are going to be impacted blah, blah, blah. But still, I'm in the cone, though, which... I'm not canceling the live. Why is it keeps on telling me that I'm trying to cancel the live? But as you see... This can always move south a little bit. Anyhow, for now, it's not. This just mainly ruins all the storm... Mainly just by updating this, though, it just ruins all the storm chasers, like, chances of getting to the center of the eye. Because, like, now it just completely updated, and now it's, like, not even on the same track. And I need to, like, rethink to see, like... And then by the time I rethink, you know what's going to happen? They're going to update it again. Because that's how the National Weather Service is. They let you think about it, and they updated it. They update it. Like, look, this ain't even in the center of the cone. This is far out. Like, make it even or something. Like, make technically all of this even. Move it this way a little bit. You know, the Indianapolis area is even, though. Looks like it's going right into Indianapolis again. Man. I don't really trust this model. This is the model I don't trust. This is really the model I don't trust. This model I do trust. Well, let me check something quick. See if it completely, like, changed the... So it says tropical rainstorm tomorrow evening to Wednesday afternoon. It changed. It's going to be Wednesday late night. Fine. It says Wednesday late night is when it's supposed to, like, hit. What about the rainfall amount? Rainfall amount is dying out, too. Come on, man. At least we can still see isolated tornadoes. What about on my birthday? Yeah, my birthday's coming up. There's going to be some thunderstorms on my birthday. Thunderstorms the day without that. After that. Thunderstorms. Dang, we're going to get 1 inch of rain that day. 1 inch of rain during the day. I'm going to be honestly looking for these Monday to Thursday. I'm going to keep a little bit of a track about that. I don't know what's happening those few days, but something is to the point where it's like, yeah, well, my camper's not included anymore. Same with Hillsborough, the National Weather Service in Wilmington's included, though. Okay, good. Good for them. They actually centered it now. They made it center. And that's good. So they made it center to make it, like, better looking over here. No, they still haven't. Yeah, we'll probably update throughout the day, though. As you see, look at this, though. Let's actually continue looking at the eye of the storm. Yeah, I'm actually seeing why they did that, though. Look at this eye. It's, like, completely destabilized now. Like, it's not that big of an eye anymore. Like, it used to be out very far. Would have included Bay City and... Can't say the city name. I'm going to mess it up. But, yeah, it used to include all that, and now it's, like, not. So, I don't know how much longer I'm going for this live, though, because I'm actually pretty angry at the National Weather Service right now for what they actually did right now. Because now it shows the tropical storm going up to here, so now they got to issue a tropical storm warning or tropical storm watch for this general area, which will include an area in Arkansas, which really didn't see that much tropical activity. man. But it actually officially includes Bay City, though, in the eye of the storm. Let's look at the cameras real quick, at least these two, which are taking
A hurricane warning remains in effect for the following counties in Texas: Brazoria,
joyride through your start of your Monday morning.
Apparently it doesn't want to.
I don't know what that orange.
Just sitting there. I'm gonna wait till the eye of the storm reaches like at least past Bay City. Then I'll end the live because it doesn't look like it's, well, it is strong. Actually, no, I'm gonna end the live right now. I'm gonna look at this camera right here as it starts to turn daylight, which really doesn't show anything because it hasn't really been nothing going on. Watch right when I end the live, there's gonna be like crazy stuff going on. It's gonna be like whole entire hurricane destroys the land and takes out many homes. Mainly doesn't look like anything cool though. Honestly, this day right here looks like it's gonna be a pretty calm day. But I'll let you guys know if they change it. I'm gonna get into this now. It's been cool. We've been on since like 3 o'clock, like around 4 o'clock. We've watched the storm hit land. It's been fun. Really hasn't. Kind of mad about this storm now because it updates last second though. I don't understand why it did that. And now it's not going the projected path that I wanted it to. So now I gotta think of another way to like actually see. If you're up in like Salina though, you'll just be able to take a little walk. If you're up into Van Wert, you'll be able to just see it outside your window. But yeah, it can update. But before we end the live, let's check on this storm up here. I guess it's made it everywhere now, besides this general area. If the storm goes up, just make it like this. You see, just make it like this big of a box. Not like you don't need you don't need to include the rest of the box. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated with this crazy looking, really not crazy looking hurricane. But yeah, I'm technically awake right now, but I'm probably gonna go back to bed right when I end the live. But let's actually wait till it hits Bay City, because it's about to hit Bay City. Never mind, it's not going to hit. That has destabilized so much. I remember when it turned into a Category 5 all the way back here nearby San Juan. I remember that. And now look where it's came. It's by far probably going to be one of the longest hurricanes this year. Because it started all the way back here by Africa. Now it's in America. But hope you guys enjoyed. Go over to Ryan Hall, y'all, and watch his stream. He'll more than likely give you more information about this. But I think he's also probably mad about like this being all like changed. Like it changed too late. It could have like kept itself little bit longer, but no, I had to change a little bit late. But I guess that's pretty much it. Peace out. I can't really say that during the live.